Howdy, my name is Jacob Kelling, and I'm here in the lovely Taylor, Texas to give you a walk-around tour of the John Deere 317G. Before we get started today, I wanted to give you a little bit of daily inspiration from James chapter 1 verse 5. If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. And now, let's look at the 317G. So the John Deere 317G is the smallest compact track loader that John Deere makes, and the only one that you can get in the small frame size, with the next step up being the 325G. These units, like every other compact track loader that John Deere makes, can be equipped with a cab, and this one is also equipped with the extra counterweights on the rear. So with that in mind, with this configuration, you can raise up and dump at a height of 10 foot 1 inch at the pin, or 8 foot with the bucket. These units have a rated operating capacity of 2,325 pounds and have 6,000 pounds of bucket breakout force. And you get 17 gallons per minute flow from the hydraulic system. Giving these units life is a 4-cylinder Yanmar diesel engine producing 61 horsepower, made it to a 19-gallon fuel tank. These units weigh in at 8,767 pounds, and backing all of that up is a 2-year, 2,000-hour comprehensive warranty. Now let's do a front to back on the John Deere 317G. So before we get started today, I wanted to show you where the serial number is on this machine. If you look right here on the right side of the machine, there's going to be a plate with the serial number etched into it. And if for whatever reason that plate is missing or illegible, stamped right above it here in the metal is going to be your serial number 2. And that is a great thing to have if you're looking for parts, attachments, or any other information regarding your machine. So starting out on the front of the machine, we're going to look at our skid steer style couplers. On the open station here, you can still see that we have our manual coupler, but on the cab, we're going to have our electronic quick attach coupler, which is a nice thing to have. There's just a toggle switch inside the machine to lock or unlock the coupler to remove your attachments. Moving up from there, we're going to have our hydraulic couplers as well as our 3 and 14 pin control harness hookups. One last thing that you can find on the front of the machine is underneath the boom here. So I'm going to have to get in the machine, start it up, raise up the arms, and then I can lock them into place with our boom lock system, which is a 1-person operation. And with the boom up and locked out of the way, you can see 2 plates down there. Those plates are covering your washout ports, and that's a nice thing to have. All you gotta do is take those plates off, and you can wash out your cab and keep it nice and clean. Another thing that you see down there is going to be a tie down point. And that brings me to something. There are 5 points on this machine to tie them down. You have one in the front middle right there, one on either side of the arm, and then you have one on either side of the rear, bringing you 5 total tie down points to keep this machine nice and secure during transportation. So coming around to the side of the machine, there are a couple of things that I was wanting to show you here. First is going to be the boom here. So this is a vertical lift boom, not a radial lift boom. And all that means is that whenever you raise or lower the boom, it's going to go up and down in the same spot as opposed to out, up, and around like it would on a radial boom. And that's really nice if you're working in tight spaces. You know that your boom is going to be in the same spot wherever you are. Secondly, I want to show you behind the drive sprocket here, there's some metal plating, and that is there to protect the hydrostatic drive components from dirt and debris that you will encounter while operating this machine. So coming around to the rear of the machine, we have our engine compartment. To get this open, all you gotta do is pull on this latch, and then you can swing out that rear gate, and then you can pick up on this hatch, and it's gonna lock into place right there. With this open, we have access to our 4-cylinder Yanmar diesel engine, as well as our coolant reservoir, our hydraulic tank, our oil fill, our dipstick, and our air filter up top here. On the right side of the machine, we're going to have our fuel water separator and our diesel tank. Right here in the middle, we have our radiator with a nice feature. There's a latch on the side. You can unlatch it, open it up, and get a wand in here to get it blown out and kept clean. Finally, on the left side of the machine, we're going to have our fuel filter, our oil filter, and tucked up in there is our battery. If you need more access to your battery, there's going to be a panel on the left side that you can unbolt, and that'll give you full access to your battery. To close everything up, all you have to do is pick up on this hatch, push on that tab, and lower it down. And then before I shut this rear gate here, on the inside there's going to be a periodic maintenance schedule, which is a nice thing to have. It's going to show you intervals and what needs to be done. Now we can close this up. It's going to latch back into place. With all of this shut up, you can see just how much visibility there is in the rear, which is a nice thing for the operator to know what's behind them. Finally, making our way to the cab here, we're gonna start on the outside, just right up here, and see our work lights, which is a really nice thing for low light operation. Next, you can see that we have a lockable door here. To get it unlocked, all we're gonna do is take our key, insert it, twist it around, and then you can go ahead and open it up. With the door open, you can see that we have access to our vinyl air ride seat. To adjust it, there is a toggle switch right there in the middle for up and down adjustability, and you also have forward and backwards adjustability as well. So making our way to the inside of the machine, the first thing that you're going to notice is how spacious and comfortable this machine is, which is really, really nice if you're working long days in it. But continuing with the walk around, over my left shoulder here is going to be our cabin air filter. To gain access to it, there's a little knob that you just twist off, and then you'll be able to pull it out and switch it out. Moving to the top left is going to be our Bluetooth radio, which is fantastic. If you're spending long days in this machine, you get to jam out and listen to what you want to listen to. To the right of our Bluetooth radio is going to be our main display screen, which is going to show you engine hours, temperatures, and a whole lot of other information on this machine. Just to the right of that is going to be our fuel gauge, our temperature gauge, and some warning lights that we have popped up that'll tell you if your door is open or if your parking brake is engaged. To the top right, you can see that we're going to have our quick attach toggle, as well as our light toggle, and our AC toggle over here to the right. Just to the right of our AC toggle is going to be our temperature knob, as well as our fan speed knob, so you can turn those around and get comfortable in here. Below both of those is going to be our throttle knob between turtle and rabbit. That's your engine RPM increasing there. And just to the left of that is going to be our keypad, which has our start, stop, and lock controls on there, and a couple of other controls on there as well. If you have questions on what those controls are, all you're going to do is look to your top right, and there's going to be a nice little sticker that explains to you what those controls do. And that brings me to another nice point on the inside of this machine. There are stickers everywhere that help you with the operation of this machine. So if you ever get confused, just look around, and more than likely there's going to be a sticker showing you how to operate this machine. Next, we're going to look over my right shoulder here, and over my right shoulder again is going to be our boom lockout toggle. And then right next to that is going to be our windshield wiper fluid reservoir for our front door here. You can see the controls right here on the front door for our windshield wiper. Finally, below the lap belt here on either side of you are going to be two panels. On the left side of that panel, if you take it off, is going to give you access to your boom lower valve. So if your boom is stuck right here and your engine dies and you can't get the door open, all you got to do is pick up on that, raise that ball, and it's going to lower the boom down. And on the right side, it's going to give us access to our fuse panel. So with the walk around complete, I got my camera on my head, and we're going to show you how to operate this machine. Let's go ahead and climb up in here using our steps and grab points, which makes getting in and out so much easier. Sit down and shut our door, and the first thing that we're going to do here is hit our green power on button, and that's going to get the electronics going in here. And then if you look over here, it's going to say enter current code. So we're going to go ahead and enter our code here. And then we can go ahead and hit that check. And it's going to say unlocking anti-theft, anti-theft unlocked. And it has the ISO pattern selected. So we can go ahead and push and hold this button and start her up just like that. So with the machine running, if we touch the joysticks, nothing is going to happen because our lap bar is up and the machine is locked. So to go ahead and start movement, we're going to lower our lap bar, and with this down we can go ahead and put on our seatbelt as well, just like that. And with our seatbelt locked and our lap bar down, we can go ahead and unlock the machine there by hitting that P, and that's going to unlock everything. So we have full motion in our joysticks here. But a nice safety feature that we have is that if the door is open, it's going to lock our joystick. You can see it up there, the door is open and our hydraulics are locked. So make sure the door is shut, we can go ahead and unlock it, and we're good to go. So I'm going to increase our throttle here to about halfway. And another nice thing is down here we have a foot throttle as well, if you're wanting to go ahead and use that too. So starting off with our right joystick, if I pull it back, it's going to raise it up. If I push it forward, it's going to lower it back down. If I bring it to the left, it's going to curl the bucket up. If I bring it to the right, it's going to uncurl the bucket. Go ahead and put that back down. Moving to our left joystick, if I push it forward, we're going to go forward. If I bring it back, we're going to go backwards. If I bring it to the left, it'll go to the left, and to the right, it'll go to the right. Really simple there. This is the ISO pattern. Like I said, there are a couple of different patterns that you can select here as well, like hand controls, but I like running ISO. I'm going to show you real quick the quick attach system. So I'm going to pull the bucket forward up here. I'm going to curl it back just a little bit. And we're going to look up here and push and hold the unlock button on our quick attach. Hold it there for a few seconds. You're going to see some red tabs come up, and then the bucket is going to be unlocked, so we can go ahead and drop it down just like that, and we are free from the bucket. So with me being free from the bucket, I'm going to go ahead and turn towards the camera here. Flick on our lights to show you what they look like in the low light operation there. Now we're going to go back over here and get connected to our bucket. So the easiest way, get it lined up, go ahead and kind of run into it, pick it up, and then we'll curl it back. I like to do it just like that so it's in place. We can go ahead and push and hold the lock button, and you'll hear it go down, and then you'll hear it kind of ratchet, and that's how you know it's locked into place, just like that. Go ahead, back up just a little bit here, all the way down just like that. Go ahead and turn the throttle down. Go ahead and turn on our machine. So with the machine off, you can look up here and it's going to say 5-minute auto lock. And if you want to, you can go ahead and hit select on that, and it's going to lock the machine. Or if it's not locked, you can just go ahead, start everything back up, and fire the machine up without having to punch in your code. Or you can hit select and the machine will lock itself. And there are a couple of different settings that you can do on that. You can do it to where it locks automatically every time you turn it off. You can do it to where it will lock after 5 minutes, lock after an hour, or never lock the machine. So that's kind of up to your preference there. Next, we're going to look at the windows on the machine. So we're going to look up here and see our skylight window there. That's really nice if you're doing loader work up top, so you can look and see where your loader or your spear or your pallet forks are. Next, we have our side windows that are lockable. To unlock them, there's this tab right here. You just pick up on those tabs, and they're unlocked. You can go ahead and open the windows. That's really nice to get a breeze going in here, or if you want to communicate or listen to what's going on outside as well. And shut those and lock them back. Finally, to get out of this machine, we're going to take off our seatbelt. We're going to go ahead and raise up our lap bar, and then we're going to push on this door and open it up all the way, and then use our grab points to go ahead and climb out of the machine. And we go ahead and shut the door, just like that. And with that, the walk around of our John Deere 317 is complete. I hope that you found this video enjoyable and informative. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below, or you can reach out to me on my Facebook page. I'd like to thank United Ag and Turf here in Taylor, Texas for allowing me to come out and film this video for y'all. Great group of people. Do not hesitate to reach out for parts, service, or sales support. Speaking of sales, if you're looking for pricing and availability on this and other John Deere units, you can go ahead and reach out to me on my Facebook page, or you can reach out to your local United Ag and Turf dealership. My name is Jacob Kelling, and I hope that you have a blessed day.